someone's house, and so I felt like just getting on and talking for a little bit because I have some time, which I usually don't have at home. But yeah, so let's get at it. So Merry Christmas again, Happy New Year again. Um, I don't think any of you have told me what your resolutions are. I really want to know because I feel like some people like just either, make them not thinking that they're going to keep them, or like make random ones that they definitely won't keep. I don't know. I made a decision or a resolution to just to in general like do stuff, like not really write down so much. But I've been doing pretty well. Like the past couple days I've been walking a lot. Because exercise is a big deal in my life right now. And then today I actually wrote a story. So it's a big deal because I haven't written a story in a while. I don't know when the last time I actually wrote one was, but I wrote a story. It was called Chelsea. And it's about this girl that lives in like a small town. She moves there from like from where she was with her family. And she moves to this small town and she loves to go to the woods and to sit on this log/tree and pray and talk to God and write in her journal. And in her journal, she says that, I guess I'm kind of telling you the whole story, but she says that she wants to find a man, but she understands that God will bring him in due time and things like that. So then she goes back to her little apartment, which smells of coffee beans and old books, which I thought was a pretty good combination. And she talks to her mother on the phone, and her mother says, how are you doing? And she says she's doing fine, and she's okay. She's just waiting for like Prince Charming or something. And the mom's like, okay, well, we all struggle or whatever. And then the next day, the guy that wants to marry her, his name's Chad, and he lives in like the other side of the world. Like she lives in Vienna, and it's not Vienna, Italy, or wherever that is. It's just a made up place that I made up. So it's not like they speak a different language or anything. But she literally bumps into this guy who's Chad, and they kind of hit it off. So God brought them together, and so they kind of go from there, and they live happily ever after and everything. So that was the story. And the reason I wrote it really was because I don't know. For those of you who don't know, I have this thing. It's called a hope bag. Now, I know like there's things called hope chests, and they're like things, you're going to take into your marriage and display and everything. But I don't have a chest. We had a chest at my house where my mom lives, and it was like an actual huge black chest. And it was really cool. I thought it was the neatest thing. And I thought when I grow up, I'll have it. Well, my mom said it turned to mold or something and she got rid of it because I just asked her recently. So I'm like, oh, darn it. So, but in the meantime, I kind of forgot about that. And I got this bag, like a big white, I guess, garbage bag. And I've just been filling it and filling it and filling it. It's actually overflowing now. So I'm just like so thankful to God for things like that because it's so cute. It really is. Like, I love God. I just love God. But yeah, so just a little bit of everything I want to talk about today, as usual. I think one thing I want to talk about after I talk about this hope bag is the fact of being thankful, like being truly, truly thankful for things that have not happened or things that did happen that were good. And but also being thankful for crosses. And I know that sounds redonkulous, but God puts thorns and crosses and stuff in our lives for a reason. So we're going to talk about that in detail. But I wanted to finish my story about the hope bag. So in my hope bag, I have a ton of things. I have clothes, like mostly baby clothes, but I have like blankets. I have a stuffed animal. It's one of those like beanie bears, but the old kind. So it's like super cute. I got that from a general store. So it's just like so adorable. It's like the old like material. So I got that. I had one when I was like 14 and I was getting over mononucleosis and I had it and it was just like the cutest little thing. It said faith on it and I put it in like the hand thing in the car. I just took it on vacations. I took it everywhere. And then I lost it. And it was actually really devastating because I was just like, oh my gosh, I lost faith. Like, I don't know, but I really liked it. So that's why I bought another one. Plus, it was like the cool material and everything. So I was just like, I gotta buy this. Um, not cold. No, don't have a cold. Don't have corona. I'm good. Unlike a lot of people right now that I know. So that's just one thing we can be thankful for. So yeah, so I had that. I have a recipe book. I have a Noah's Ark book. I have Angels in the Water book. Oh my gosh, guys. If you have never read the book Angels in the Water or Angel in the Water, I think it's Angel in the Waters. Yes. Angel in the Waters. It is the cutest book. So aside from the Bible, this book is so cute because it gives a tribute to babies that are in the womb, like before they're born. And it's really interesting. It's a made up book, but it has like this, baby in the womb going through all the stages of in the womb with its angel. And the angel says, like, you will see the world soon. And it's so adorable. But it's called Angel in the Waters. And not that you're going to get it. No, you know how people will be like, okay, like my album just came out and it's on Amazon. You're just like, yeah, okay, skip to the end. But my mom, God bless her, bought it for me. Like they had it at this bookstore at the church I go to. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. And she was just like, she picked it up and I'm like, are you buying that? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like it was so cool. So God bless her. So I have this book in there and basically what I'm going to do is read it to my child when she's in the womb or he's in the womb. I have this feeling that my first kid is going to be a girl. And I will tell you why, because, it's such a long story. We have time. Time is of the essence. No, time's ticking. So this one day I was, outside our house and I was laying in the grass, and I think I've told you guys the story before, but I could tell you it again. But I was laying in the grass and I just like, it was just really nice and stuff. And I was looking up at the sky and there was like clouds going by, and one of the clouds that went by was like, it looked kind of like a baby, but it didn't look like a baby that much. And so I'm talking to God and I'm like, and we're just talking and I didn't say anything about the baby, but in my mind, I was thinking, okay, so it'd be really cool if I saw like a baby cloud after this one. And I did. Like I look up and there's like a baby and there's like a pushed in eyes and, the belly, everything. And I just took it as a really great lesson from God saying that like, no matter what we, think or what we want, he's always there. He knows, he listens, he cares, and he is always there. And it's kind of like, I think there's a song that says like, be careful what you wish for because it might come true. It is so true. Like you need to be careful what you think, be careful what you wish for because it might come true. Not that God's not in control and he'll like stop you from like what you shouldn't be doing, but there's a truth in the sense, like if you're just like, oh, I wish that like this person would die or something. I don't know. That's a really stupid type, but like something, and then they do, and you're just like, wow. So anyway, going back to that baby story, I get sidetracked. Going back to that baby story, I decided that the first child I have, I'm going to name it after the baby I saw in the sky. And so I'm going to name her Skylar. And then it was like a grace to see it. So I'd be like Skylar Grace. And then because of St. Alessandro, that saint I was telling you guys about, in Maria Grady, I would name it Marietta. So it'd be like Skylar Grace Marietta. And then like her confirmation name and then like her last name. But that's where that comes from. And then what else did I want to talk about? I could sing for you guys. I'm just like, I'm not bored, but I felt like I could go live because I just haven't in a while, and I don't really go live that often. Trying to think what else I have in that bag. Oh, it's embarrassing yawning on live TV. um, but yeah, so um, I wanted to talk a little bit to the like people that are desperate to find love. So I don't believe that there should be such a thing as being desperately looking for love. Because like if you think about it, like God is so in control and you're actually taking away the life that he wants for you. And I'm not saying you shouldn't look for love, but there's a difference. Like you shouldn't just be extremely desperate to get married to love because first of all, you probably do it wrong. Another thing is I've experienced that like I totally forgot what I was just gonna say. Oh my gosh. I guess it happens, but I was gonna say something about like the other day, thank God I remembered. The other day I felt like this peace and like knowing that God is like in control and that God will bring the person in time. And it just like creates this like atmosphere and stuff that like God will send the person in the right time. And we can back that up with things from the Bible. So like delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And it doesn't say he'll give you some of the desire. He will give you the desires of your heart. And so we just got to remember stuff like that going forward. But yeah, so I think, oh, my mom texted me. I think, speaking of my mom, she's probably gonna text again. Yeah, she did. But yeah, so as a Catholic, I actually celebrate Christmas until February 2nd. And someone needs her coffee. But it's a good season. It's really nice. And then I wanted to talk lastly about love. Like I know I've talked about loving God, loving people, but I don't think I've ingrained it in you guys enough that like loving God or loving people, which is the same thing, is very, I don't know what the word is, like crucial. Like if everyone in this world, everyone loved God, loved people, and loved themselves, this world would be a hacking good place. It'd be really nice. But yeah, so just want to hop on and talk for a little bit. I need to go get water, but it was nice talking to you guys, and God bless.